just say, oh, you're done, you're done, you're done. You people are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. I am so ashamed of you. I am so ashamed.
James Harrington again. And if there's a problem maybe with bookkeeping and all that, since you're rocket scientist when it comes to it, maybe you need to sit down with him and help him out with he's good at the guys, and maybe book isn't his forte, and so maybe you need to sit down and get together and work that out rather than just sitting there and getting in his face and telling him you don't like this or you don't like that. Maybe some of this is your responsibility as a board, is to sit down with him rather than with having all us around here, which you don't need, and get to the bottom of it, rather than pointing fingers. This is stupid.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to respond to that. Mr. Carrington, please don't go there. Please don't. You made that accusation to me to sit down.
Yeah, I made it to you.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify that. Mr. Carrington, we have spent, I went over and I went to the chief specifically when we were elected to the board. And I went to him and I spoke to Chief Peterson and said, Paul, I will never do anything behind your back. And I never did. Everything I went over there and asked for was straight to Chief Peterson, was always in the office. I did not know at the time that I was being recorded every time I went over there. Mr. Peterson, I believe, instigated some of the actions that have been taken against me. I told Mr. Peterson and Mrs. Schultz that the best days, that we have a lot of work to do. They asked me specifically, are you interested in the old books and going backwards? I said, right now, I need to know where the money is, what we have, set a budget for the rest of the year. I said, but we will be dealing with the books in the past because so many accusations by this same group of people were made 9 months before the election. Where's the missing money? Where's the audits? What's going on over there? They're out of control. I went to him straightforward. I said, the days that I will be in here most often are bad weather days, rainy days, cold days, windy days. Because of my business, I'm not able to work as much as I would like to. Those are the days that I would specifically go to. I would ask for specific documents. Half the stuff that I would ask for would not be there. Or the document would be totally opposite of what I asked for. I tried to work with Mr. Chief Peterson for 3 months. All I got was stonewall at. I've been in business here for 50 years. My father was here. I'm here. I have family members here that work hard in this community. But we've been here a long time. We understand how the community works. I care about every one of these people. If we don't get these books in order, if we don't have a fire department, we won't be able to pay the firemen. We won't be able to pay
Maybe you need to sit down with somebody else who's impartial, a third person, none of us. You and him agree to a third person, and then go to do that. Go into the door, lock yourselves in there, and stay there until you come up with a deal.
We have been. You don't see everything. There's hundreds of hours
If you
of
have, obviously it didn't get done.
When you have an injunction, you can only do so much, sir.
No, I'm saying find somebody that you two can agree on. Somebody that you think that impresses you, that you like, and that he likes together. There got to be 2 people in this damn town that you can agree on. And then sit down and do it, and not worry about all us idiots that are out here. That's the problem right there.
Anyone to be an idiot, sir.
No, I'm one of them too. But that's what my suggestion to you is.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go.
I was able to sit in Judge Skiles' office, or his courtroom,
No.
in the Bowie courthouse. And Cletus, you're not being honest, or I don't think you really honestly understand when Judge Skiles explained your injunction against you. We sat in there for 58 minutes. Now, it was very clearly and carefully written up that you can still perform your duties as treasurer of the fire department, but you cannot go on and harass Ms. Schultz. Now, a judge isn't just going to go ahead and say, oh, okay, whatever, I'll go ahead and slap that injunction on. He knows you personally. He explained that to us. Now, you keep saying, I don't have access, I don't have access. In fact, you do, on-site access. You cannot go ahead and get into QuickBooks at your home, at your office, in your truck. It's on-site. So you keep telling everybody you don't have access when in fact you do have access. It is on-site access. And because you have an injunction, you have to call the fire department and let them know when you're going to be down there. You know this information because Judge Stiles explained it to you, because he also notified Ms. Schultz that you requested a hearing and were denied. So I think you need to be a little bit more honest with the community.
I want to address one thing. One thing. I was not responsible for her accusation. Yes, I know Mr. Skiles quite well. I was not denied a hearing. A hearing cannot be denied. To rush into a hearing is foolishness. There will be a hearing, and it will be resolved. Thank you very much.
So you were explained.
Yeah. I would like to say this. I've lived in this area since the 90s, and I've been probably negligent as just about everybody in here. I've always been too busy to know what's going on in this little community. Well, this has come to a head now, and I think it needs to be fully examined and resolved. And if it's $5,500 to do this deal, to get these back 3 years, $7,500. Okay. Here's a $100 bill to start it. We need to get this going. Everybody in here that's concerned about this area needs to put their money on the table where it belongs.
After that, we don't care about that. Yeah, we got to
But here's what needs to happen. We all need to quit arguing and fighting, and we need to work together. We need to resolve if there's an issue with these folks or if there's not. I don't know these people from Adam, okay? And I'm not putting blame on anybody. But we need to, as a community, we need to dole up, get this $7,500 or $8,500. There's a man in here that owes me about 3 to 5 months worth of back mortgage payments. When he makes those will be donated to this too. I mean, this has got to stop, you guys. We got to work together. This whole country's in a mess. And we need to just back up and regroup.
May I say something, please?
Didn't finish, sir?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead now.
I may be totally stupid, but I don't think so. The money has been found. It's been said this 100 times. It's all there. It's been found. I only know one person that's got a problem with it, and that's Mr. Frei. If the money's been found, let it drop.
Exactly.
Let it drop. The money's been found. Who cares? It's been found. It's causing an uproar with everybody. If it's been found, let it go. It's been found. Cletus, let it go. It's been found. There's no money missing. It's not with this board. It's in the past. It's past years. It wasn't with the last board. It was with previous boards. Let it go. Everybody here, is there anybody here who cares?
I do. Yes, that's my tax dollar. You better believe we care.
Is it going to bring the money back?
Let's watch the future.
It's not worth. Is my time up?
No debate amongst the audience.
Okay. Is it going to bring the money back, Cletus?
I would like to respond to that. I would like to respond to that. May I
Okay.
respond to it?
That question.
Please, let me respond to that question.
Will it bring the money back? Yes or no?
No, it won't.
Then let it go. That's all I got to say.
It's not up to me to let it go. If you can go up to the state legislature and tell them, hey, don't worry about it, let it go, and sign that under a felony indictment, that's the problem. The state's not going to let it go. If we could all just say, hey, let it go, we might do that, but we can't. It has to be documented to the state.
Are you saying that the state does not not accept the
The audit?
auditor's report?
I'm the one that has to put my name on the signature, and they're going to look at it and say, you have this deficiency, this deficiency, this deficiency, and this deficiency. What did you do about it? They're going to look at it and say, what did you do about it? And did you have the means? No, they're going to say, do you have the means to correct it? And I would have to say, yes. Then why didn't you? Or why didn't you make every effort to document it? They won't go, the state, the government is not going to go away on this. It must be clarified to them. And I can't say any more than that.
Who does that have to go to? Because I'll call them tomorrow and I'll ask the question.
I don't think investigated.
This is a call to public, it's not question and answer, you can make your statements. We can't reply to everything and
He
get
didn't
into a
answer the
debate.
question.
Cletus didn't answer her question.
My point to this is this. The money comes from the county and comes into our account, okay? Then the money is just distributed from our account to the bills that has to be paid. The auditor then receives a copy of our statements, okay? When he does his audit, if he finds something, he then goes to the county, not us, to the county, and says, hey, this is the deficiency I found. Where did this go? Where did this go? And county pulls up their records because they know what's been deposited into our accounts and they know what comes out of our accounts. That's not us, that's the county. So you're saying in order for us to shuffle money around and to steal money, we're paying the auditor off and we're paying the county off? Because really we don't have control of that money, the county does. It comes into our account and it goes out of our account.
No accusation.
So you're saying, that's what you are. When you say there is money missing, sir, you are accusing the members that work for that fire department of stealing. Do you understand that?
I am not the one that accused money missing. Chief Peterson in his letters and his communications to the IRS and to former employees of other people that work for the district is the one that has accused people of missing money.
So my next question to this is, my next statement to this is,
I didn't accuse anybody.
if you're saying this is coming from the chief, then why'd you just fire the chief? Because the chief is the one that's going to back up your allegations, sir. So now you fired the one that's going to back up your allegations?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
We have his documents.
So my next question is, when are you going to have a replacement fire chief and what are your further plans?
Yeah. Yes.
I believe this whole room, whether they agree with the firing or not, needs to hear an answer to that.
What's your plan?
What's your plan? You've made an action, now what's your plan? If you're going to be transparent, you three shouldn't be meeting up at a certain building. I'm sorry, that's not transparent. And sir, I'm asking you right now, I want copies of all three of your emails. And by law, because now you are acting as a public entity, I have access to them because those are public record. So I would like access to all of your emails by Thursday afternoon. You have legally been asked and you legally have to show me because those are public knowledge emails.
Response. Would like a response.
I'm done.
Any more?
We'd like to know your plan.
Wait a minute.
My name is Candace Jones, and I was there when the auditor gave his presentation, and he clearly stated the level of audit that this fire district undergoes will not find embezzlement if it was there. They don't go deep enough. The issue is not necessarily missing money, but money that potentially could have gone somewhere else. There were $55,000 and some change of checks that were written, but the IRS never received them. Therefore, the IRS filed a lien saying you owe us money. Where those checks went is what is in question. The auditor himself said that at this level of audit that is done for, and this is in the meeting minutes of that meeting, if you want to go read them, hopefully they've been posted, that it will not catch an embezzlement, or if funds are transferred out of one account, made to look like they went somewhere else, because this level of an audit does not go deep enough.
So it's not a question of missing money, but that money might have gone to a place it shouldn't have. And that's what this is all about. Please go read the minutes so that, please go read the minutes so that you know what the auditor said. They are in detail. He gave a great presentation. If you were there, you should remember what he said, that there are ways, even in an audit, that money can be cycled around and it isn't found until it's brought to the level of a forensic audit. Thank you.
My name is Richard Yeager. I live in Sunsites. Does the board realize the jeopardy that you just put yourself in by firing the chief
And the
without a
community.
60-day notice? You know the repercussion that can come on that? We can be busted. You won't have any money. You guys gotta stop and think before you act. I voted for you guys, but I'm ashamed of it.
I'd like to submit this to the board for your review if you'd like to. The subject is shifting from confrontation to participation in decision-making in based paradigm, which paradigm means that times are changing, board members changing, situations are changing, and this training would help you guys all get along better and be able to give us all better answers and better decision making.
Yes, sir. What we want to know is you fire the chief, okay. What is your plan now? What are you going to do without the chief? And that's what we all want to know. If you haven't figured that out beforehand, then you're acting before you're thinking. You're going to have another chief? Huh? Stupid. Anyone you want to answer that question?
Can you answer it?
What are you going to do if you don't have a chief?
This is called to the public. We are not allowed to answer.
Open meeting.
Oh, so you want to follow open meeting law when it's convenient for you?
Or next week.
Is there any way you can reconsider?
With the majority vote that's required for motion to pass, how is it that you had a letter previously written up and signed for the notice of termination for Chief Peterson already? With,
Okay, I'm going to have to answer that. That letter was not signed until after the vote was taken, and I could not create that letter after the vote was taken.
but it was already written up and you just assumed that it was going to carry?
If he was not terminated, the letter would have been destroyed. It wouldn't have been used. You can't make a decision and not be prepared with that letter.
You just do.